Hey guys, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. I'm so glad you guys joined in today. I have some exciting, fun stuff for you. I've got somebody really awesome I'm going to bring on here in a little bit. You're going to love her story. She is just an incredible, amazing woman. I met her about 3 months ago after staring at Thrive for 5 years, and Jennifer and Eric reaching out to me over and over again. I needed to hear somebody else tell me what it did for them. And Mauria was the one that I heard her story. And not that I couldn't relate to my cousins, but Mauria had 4 kids. And I was like, okay, you know, you can see in this picture, we've got all kinds of craziness in this family, 4 boys and a girl. And I was like, I need to hear from somebody that is walking the craziness that I am with 4 kids. So y'all are going to love to hear her story. I'm going to bring her right on. Those of you know what I've been doing. It's super easy. Every morning before my feet hit the floor, I take a capsule, my capsules, and I keep it by my bed with my water bottle. And I do that. And then I head on downstairs and I pick out which flavor of the day I want. I love peppermint. This is my lifestyle mix. It's loaded with probiotics, digestive enzymes. I just want to show y'all what my life was like before Thrive. These are supplements that I, researched and did all kinds of work looking them up and, found the perfect thing for me. And it was just a lot every day. So when these 3 steps became a part of my life, it was easy. It was simple. 1, 2, 3. The third step I add on is this DFT. I wear it. Today I'm putting it here. I love it. It's just another way that my vitamins get through to me. It's in my largest organ, which is my skin. So that's what I do, and that's how easy it is. And this smile that you guys see, you can ask anybody in my family. It's on all the time. But I don't want to waste any more time. You guys are going to be super excited to hear this beautiful person. She's just amazing. So I'm going to see if I have luck bringing her on. Hey, Angie, Stacy, my honey. All right, let's bring her on. Hang on just a minute. Hang on. Here we go. There she is. Mauria to join us. Is lurking in the side. There she is. Hey, girl, look at you. Already had your workout and everything.
I did. I did get that on this morning. So how are you today?
Good, doing good. Loving the weather. I'm so ready for spring. It's here.
I know. I just told Ralph, I was like, this is the time of year like I don't know what to wear, because I don't want to put on leggings. I don't want to put on jeans. I just want it's shorts and tank top weather, and I need the sun to shine and all that good stuff. Yeah. So
yes. So I was just telling my friends how I met you 3 months ago. I needed to hear another mama's story. Not that Jennifer and Eric weren't enough, they loved me for 5 years, and I'm stubborn and skeptical, but I needed to hear somebody else. And when you were introduced to me and I got to talk to you, a mama of 4 was, my picture back here is my crazy life.
That's adorable.
4 boys and girls. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. So, I love that you mentioned being a skeptic and watching your friends for a long time. And I know we have a lot of people that have hopped on. So, and I see a lot of Thrivers names hopping on too. So if you were a skeptic, let us know that you were a skeptic. Let us know how long it took you to trust your friend and actually take that leap. And then I know we have probably a lot of friends still that are watching their friends, how can this honestly be so good? What's so special about this whole Thrive thing, and I'll be honest, I was a skeptic too. I think we're naturally skeptical, right? But I'll tell you what, just if I were to share a little bit about my story, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I did have a lot of friends on Facebook that were promoting, different products that they had fallen in love with. But there was something intriguing to me about this whole Thrive experience thing. I kept seeing the word simple. I kept seeing the words 1, 2, 3. This whole wearable nutrition thing. Guys, I mean, we know that that's been used in health for years and years. So for it to be used from the nutritional standpoint, I mean, that was very, very intriguing to me. Oh, here comes the comments with all the skeptics are coming out. They're sharing a little bit, Anyway, when I was at that wall where I said enough's enough, I have to do something for me, I reached out to my friend Tony, who's a nurse that I used to work with in the home health setting. My background's actually in speech pathology. I worked primarily in the home health setting with geriatric patients. So had a lot of, absolutely loved my career, but as a mom of 4, I was running on empty 24/7. So started my Thrive experience as a customer, and cool thing is you can start as a customer or a promoter for the same price. I had zero desire to join a business. We were struggling paycheck to paycheck, but didn't have any desire to join a business. I just wanted to feel better. And so started as a customer, and day one I was kind of like, is this it? Because kind of like that box that you just shared, I was no stranger to health and wellness. I've taken supplements for years. And I was used to taking 20 plus, capsules, pills a day. And so day one, it was like, this is all there is to this. Like, seriously, I just take those 2 capsules. I didn't start with 1 capsule. I would go big or go home girl. So I started out with 2 capsules. 20 minutes later, drank that shake, which, like you mentioned, is ultra micronized. Guys, it dissolves so easily in water. It's just this super fine powder. And then threw on that DFT. And I'm like, is this really all there is to it? So day 1, 2, and 3 kind of came and went. Day 4 came and went. And I just kind of continued with the routine. I didn't expect a miracle to happen because, again, I'm no stranger to health and wellness. Like, I know that for the most part, your body is not going to make some kind of crazy change, in a couple of days. But day 5 is the day that I really felt a difference. And day 5 was, it's hard for me to kind of really to describe that day other than the fact I'd been up all night with a sick kid. You mentioned we have 4 kiddos. One of the twins was sick, and then I had to be up early the next morning to get the older kids to school. So came home that day, and I just remember looking at the clock around noon and thinking, I have literally done more in the last 5 hours than I have in the last 5 months. So for me, what I noticed, first of all, was that mental clarity, productive energy. I was actually doing things that I had been putting off and putting off and putting off. So anyway, I was like, I just want to feel like this every day. I just felt like I had my mommy mojo back, I didn't feel like I was in a funk that day, and I wanted to feel like that every day. So very quickly, I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep my mouth shut. So I actually logged in, clicked a free button, became a promoter, because I knew there were tired, exhausted mom friends in my life that needed this. I knew that the nurses and the therapists that I worked with all day, every day, that were taking care of everyone else but themselves, I knew they needed this. And so it was kind of fun that as my story was starting and growing, I was able to share what I'd found with other people, and they started their own stories. And really, that's the most fun of it all. I think it's one thing to find something amazing for you, but if you were the only one experiencing the amazingness, like, it can only be so much fun, right? So it's just been incredible. As far as my personal journey, if I were to summarize everything, and y'all, it is hard to articulate everything that Thrive does for you, but if I were to summarize it, I tell everybody I feel 10 years younger. I have people compliment that I actually look younger, and I gladly accept those compliments. I just turned 41 in February, so I'll accept those. And be grateful for them. But I sleep good every night. My knees don't bother me like they used to, I remember before Thrive, I had tried a couch to 5K at one point, and I could go bust out a mile, but then not walk for a couple of days because my knees were inflamed, but I don't deal with that anymore. I actually ran 2 half marathons right before my 40th birthday. That was kind of a bucket list thing. And my hands don't ache when the weather changes anymore. Those were some of the things that I dealt with. I don't have the headaches like I used to have. it's just been absolutely incredible. But more than anything, I say, it has me at my best physically. So I can really enjoy this crazy chaotic stage of life that we're in. We have a senior in high school now, a 6th grader, and then twin 2nd graders. And I always say it is full time all the time around here, but I wouldn't trade where we are in this stage of life for anything. It's just been a blessing. And when mom and dad are both thriving, it just makes everything a zillion times better. I will say, and I, before Thrive, I would have been ashamed to admit this, but now, once you kind of overcome those things, you're like, you know what, I'll tell you the truth. Before Thrive, I dreaded a lot of things that the kids had going on because I didn't feel good. I just wanted to be done, by the time I got home from work. And, I would complain about driving, an hour and a half or almost 2 hours for a junior high basketball game that lasted 40, but now, for the last over 5 years, I've been able to look forward to every single thing that they have going on. And so it's just made it so much sweeter. I said, my daughter's a senior in high school. So it gave us 5 years of some of the most important years, for mama to be in the game, 100% in the game, because there weren't things that were physically holding me back, if that makes sense. And it's been the same for Ralph. We were very active, hands-on parents, because we wake up every morning and we start our day with those 3 simple steps. And there is something to be said about fueling your body with premium nutrition consistently over time. I mean, the health benefits, guys, have just been absolutely incredible. We know so many things that, as far as our health, are directly related to nutrition. And so that's being taken care of in the first 30 minutes of our day. So much fun. I look forward to it every day. I love being able to share this with someone new. I love, when that person says, okay, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I think, Heather, the coolest thing of it is I have no idea what their story is going to be, but I know we're about to create a story. Like when I chatted with you, I knew you were going to fall in love with this. Jennifer knew, it's like, goodness.
Just stubborn.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer was one of my most stubborn friends too. So I always say she can't give you too big of a hard time because she did the same to me. But love her so much. And that's how it is. We can't control people's timing. But when it is your time, just you owe it to yourself to take that leap of faith and just check it out. What do you have to lose? I know we've got a lot of people on and watching, and the cool thing is that now the company is approaching like almost 7 years old, and we've done so many things in the last 7 years. So if you're like, well, yeah, 5 years ago I tried Thrive and I gave up, or didn't really, oh gosh, give it yes, because I'll be honest, when I first started, I didn't always walk people through taking their experience the best way. We've learned so much as the years have gone on, and trial and error, and it's just but we have so many incredible things that are happening right now. I don't know, I know we have a lot of people that are now on Ultra 2.0. I guess today is my day 4, and I am loving this, absolutely loving it. So if you guys haven't checked out Ultra 2.0, you got to check that out, because that has basically kind of it's taken things to a whole new place. And I know that everyone kind of has their jam. Like we have some people that absolutely love Duo Burn. We have some people that love Duo. We have some people that Black Label is their jam, and then they're like, what's the difference in white and black? Well, just the color. We have White Label, we have Black Label. The Ultra 2.0, it's like, this is the perfect time of year for that. As we move, everybody's kind of going, okay, so
bathing suit.
It's time. It's time. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see. We already have some pretty incredible stories coming in with the launch of Ultra 2.0. So we're excited. I mean, I think that's been the coolest thing about this whole experience, Heather, is like I said, the stories. You know, just we're very much all about the stories, and I know you've got all of you have thrivers that blow up your Facebook page, and if you're not thriving, you're like, what the heck are they so excited about? But once you are thriving, you totally get it. You understand why they're so excited about it. So lots of fun. But
as far as the messages blowing up, I mean, that you know, I was totally skeptical. My first goal was, okay, I'm going to try the product. Leave me alone, Jennifer. That's all I want to do is try the product. You know, 3 days later, I'm on the phone. Okay, I want to earn it free.
Yes.
You know, and then she shared with me how easy that was. Then 15 days later, I'm not paying for this amazing product. So then I call her back. Okay, maybe I want to make a little bit of money every week. So tell me how that works. You know, it's just, and then once your phone is blowing up on a daily basis and you're hearing things, I get emotional when I think about it. You're hearing things like, you know, or screenshots. Somebody sent me one this morning about how amazing she feels and how she's spending time with her babies. And even her husband sent her a text this morning saying, wow. You used to call me complaining by noon every day about what all the kids have gotten into and how stressed you are. Now you're calling me and encouraging me and telling me, hey, honey, have a good day. You know, this is what's for dinner. And, you know, just hearing those stories, and then hearing a sweet little 74-year-old called me the other day and said, I dread going to bed at night. It's just my whole life. I dread going to bed. And I was like, that's a new concept. I've never heard that before. She said, I don't sleep. So I dread hitting the pillow at night. 3 days into Thrive, she called me in tears. I'm sleeping through the night now. You know, those stories, like you said, Mauria, I mean, my phone's just blowing up. I had no choice but to share.
I know.
Because, you know, I felt incredible, and now I'm hearing other people feel so incredible. So now I'm in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than just, I want to take these and feel better.
Right.
No, now I'm in the game.
Right.
Now I want to help people. Now I want to hear their stories. You know, I want to build their story.
Yeah.
I want to help change their life, you know. So, and you're right about that.
And it's so crazy because those stories, they don't get old, and they continue. You know, the stories that I was getting, you know, almost 5.5 years ago from people that were starting out on their Thrive experience are still the stories that I can get today. And it doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't even matter, you know, what country we're in, you know, the story, you know, what language that story is being told in. You know, it's just, it's pretty awesome. So it's been a heck of a lot of fun too.
Okay, so I got to hit you for another angle here, from a different angle.
Okay,
you're talking about out of the country, traveling. Okay, you worked as in the hospital setting, home health care. Ralph worked too. Come on, tell me what made the change. What was the decision? Because you've heard mine in 2 weeks.
Yes, yeah. You know, I will tell you, I never started this thinking this is my business opportunity. And obviously we've had a lot of people that did, you know, because they've seen the stories of others, but I didn't join this to launch a business. I didn't, you know, like I mentioned, I just did this for selfish reasons. I wanted to personally feel better, but it's like you said, your wheels start spinning and you're like, well, but I have to tell this person, I have to tell this person, and so need this, and so need it. I mean, moms know other moms, and especially when you have 4 kids and they're all spread out in age, you know, I'm like, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep my mouth shut. And why would I go ahead and just send everybody to my friend Tony when I could literally click a free button and share what I had found and actually earn some commissions? And so my initial reason and motivation for becoming a promoter was because Christmas was around the corner. So I started the end of October. It was the first couple of days in November that I felt what it was like to thrive. And I heard that not only could I earn my product for free, but in my first 2 weeks, I could earn up to $660 on the first $800 in product orders, and even double that and earn up to $1,320 on my first $1,600 in referrals. And I'm like, well, I can do that. I mean, I know enough people that need this. They're complaining right now of being tired, having no energy, needing better sleep at night. Their knees hurt, their back hurts, they've got headaches. You know what I mean? So I clicked that free button. I started sharing. And initially, like I said, it was just Christmas cash. Well, honestly, Christmas came and went. And that was our first debt-free Christmas that we'd ever had. Because I had always been not so smart and pulled out the daggum credit card for Christmas. But first debt-free Christmas. And then, you know, I go back to work after Christmas and we started using our weekly rewards, which we get paid weekly here, to pay off debt. So I owed $80,000 in student loan debt. And at the time when I started this, I have my master's degree and obviously went to school for a long time. And anyway, I owed $80,000 in student loan debt, and we had a lot of other little debts that were basically suffocating to us. And so I thought, well, this will be great. I can use these weekly rewards to eliminate some debt, you know. And so we started just kind of marking the slate, you know, paying this off or paying this off and wiping the slate clean. And what do you know? I had a goal to pay off the student loans by December of 2014. We paid all those off in April of 2014.
Wow.
And at that point, you look up and you go, I mean, it was actually my husband that said, because my phone was blowing up nonstop. I was on, I mean, it was nonstop communication, new thrivers, new promoters. They wanted to get their product for free. They wanted to earn a Christmas or a bonus. It wasn't Christmas anymore, but they wanted that initial bonus. And so my phone is blowing up, but yet I still have this patient load. And he's like, and I had already started decreasing the amount of patients because I was a contract therapist. So I could adjust that load and not take any new patient, you know, things like that. And I was kind of finishing out. And he looked at me one day and he said, "Why are you still going to work?" And I just kind of looked at him because that had never crossed my mind. I mean, I'd gone to school for so long, spent so much money. I mean, I could talk for hours about the sacrifices that I made because I was a single mom starting graduate school. Like I worked full time while I went to graduate school. Like there was all these, you know, and so I thought, but that has been who I am. That's that Mauria Dillard, MS, you know, CCC-SLP, like that's, but it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't have to go to that job and I can do this. And, you know, it's crazy because when I made that switch and started doing this full time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really thought I would miss, you know, that one on that part of my career, just because my whole career was based on helping people improve their quality of life, you know, but that's what I do today.
What you're doing.
I do it on a much grander scale than I ever could on a one-on-one patient level, you know? And so my heart is full. I mean, fulfillment. I'm not missing out on any of that part, you know, part of it.
Right.
And it's given us so much time. So, so I've been a full-time thriver, which means I'm a stay at home on the go mom, work my business from the phone, from to and from practices and games and tournaments and meets and, you know, because we raise athletes, like that's our schedule. But I get to put the kids' things on the calendar first, and then I schedule work around that. And that has been such a blessing. Ralph actually left his career in the oil and gas industry. He climbed to the top of the corporate ladder. I mean, he worked for an incredible company. He was a production superintendent. He had, you know, I don't even know, like 4 something paid weeks of vacation a year. It's been a while, so now I'm forgetting all that. But he had incredible benefits, okay? But he left his career to be more hands-on with our family, which worked out great because that was Jaden's freshman year in high school. And with her being an athlete, she actually competed at the state level in 3 events that year. So when you guys know, as you know, with kids in high school, like when you go all the way, that's a lot of days that you would have missed from work. Right. The company sends us on at least 3 paid vacations a year that we can earn. Obviously we earn those to go on those free vacations a year. But you know, of course he wants to go with me. I mean, and I want him to go with me. And so by the time you add up days for, you know, kid events and, you know, company events and, you know, making some trips home, you know, you know, back to where our families live. They don't live around here, you know, at Christmas or holidays or whatever, that 4 weeks paid vacation is gone. And it's so cool because when I look back, you know, even looking at Jaden's cross country pictures from her freshman year, you know, I take pictures and you can see her running, but then like you can see Ralph in the picture too, like watching her. It's awesome. So cool. And I'm like, that wouldn't, all of that. I mean, he would have done, we always, well, when we worked our 9 to 5s and, you know, our career, we always tried to just be as much stuff as the kids as possible. I'm not going to make you guys think that, oh, we would have never been at anything, because we would have found a way or figured it out, or we would have missed some but attended as much as we could. But this really gave us the opportunity to just be there for everything. And man, I mean, it gets real when you've got a senior in high school and your first one is about to leave the nest, you know, and then that gratitude is just so big. But then, you know, I look at, you know, the people that are a part of this journey with us, and I'm like, guys, utilize this opportunity to create options for you and your family. Because really that's what this whole experience has been all about. It's creating options for people that have things that are physically holding them back. It's creating options for people that have, you know, there's a whole emotional component to that too. It's creating options for people that have, you know, I mean, financial things holding them back, you know, and we have so many different people that have so many different goals. And, but this truly has been a vehicle to help them create those options for themselves, for their families. And it's just, I don't know how many times I've said incredible or blessing, but those words just go with it. And it's a blessing. And it's awesome. And, you know, just to still have people coming in today that are doing incredible things. I mean, the company right now has is giving rank advancement bonuses. I mean, I have a friend that I just met through our condo in Panama City Beach. She's also a condo earner that just hit 4K for the first time. So her team did $4,000 in sales already. And she just cashed in on a $2,000 bonus. In addition to, she earned $1,320 on her first $1,600 in sales. So do the math on that quickly, guys. It's amazing. $3,200 in bonuses in her first month in the business. And she said, you know what I mean? Like, it's so fun. They just continue to set us up for success. And when I say set us up for success, what Lavelle as a company does is they choose to reward their promoters for getting out there and creating new stories, for sharing your own story and creating stories in the lives of other people. And that's just the investment that they've, you know, they're making into us, because they know if we share our story, we're going to create more stories for them. I mean, it makes perfect sense from a business company standpoint. They say, hey, we're going to reward you guys for creating stories. We know what our product does. We know the stories that our product will create. So we will reward the heck out of you for getting out there and introducing the Thrive experience to your friends and family.
That's right. And they do, because, you know, I jumped in 3 months ago, and, you know, Scott was my Mr. Skeptic. You know, he even told me when I bought it, he said, you're not buying that crap. I was like, please let me try. And, you know, 3 days later, he's in there digging in my little stash and taking the women's capsules.
That's so funny.
He goes and places an order, and I didn't even know about it. And I find out later he went and ordered. So, you know, it's just been funny watching it unfold. But, you know, my older kids are thriving now. And you are so right about those, just getting to be there for all of these I call them divine, just amazing appointments for our kids. You know, we only get one shot at this, you know, you only get one. You get to be there and be there for all of it. So I lost Mauria, so I'm going to wrap it up. I guess that was the end. She's awesome. Thank you so much, Mauria. Your story is incredible. It encourages me, and I know it will encourage many others. You guys have a great weekend, and let us know when you're ready to jump on board and thrive with us. Y'all have a great day.